Hello, my friend.
Hello.
And hello to all our keeping it real friends out there.
Yeah. Yes.
How is your December going?
I have to tell you, the 12 days of power for habits is making it powerful. Where a lot of us kind of like kick back, it's December, I'll start in January. No, 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 no.
Yeah, no, and it's in a really um micro
Mm,
small step kind of way. I love that we are highlighting 12 really I'm starting to call them they're powerful but they're micro habits. Don't take a lot of time individually,
mm,
and none of them are like new. You
mm,
would read through the list, like some of the ones we've had, like a 2-minute jump start or four gratitude moments,
mm,
and you'll be like, oh, yeah, I've done that before. But
mhm.
it's a way of reintroducing them into your day to day in a fun and um, impactful way.
Yeah. Yeah. And the tracker, oh my goodness. It is just the dopamine hits every time I get to check one of your little boxes or our boxes. Jen
Yeah.
created the tracker, so that's why I'm calling it hers. And we were brainstorming ahead of time that this has really made a difference in our days by doing just these micro, tiny, tiny little things that we forget and how we're going to incorporate this into next year. So this has been fun, and our group is loving it too. I mean, we're getting some really great feedback from our community.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's um, exactly what is called for in December, a little bit of fun
Yeah.
and not no pressure. It is,
Mhm,
like the song, it it builds, right?
mhm,
You're
mhm.
always, recapping all the prior days that have happened before. So the list, by the end will be 12 habits long, but it's so fun and checking off the ones you did with no shame
Mm,
or judgment around anything that you skipped for that day. So,
no.
uh, really embracing imperfection and just having a lot of fun with it. I mean, I am so pumped that my office, which has needed to be cleaned for 12 weeks at least,
Right.
I um is getting cleaned 5 minutes at a time.
I know. And your first thought is 5 minutes. That's not going to do anything. Wrong. I have a stack. Let's see, that stack right there. It was towering, and I'm almost through it. And it's those dreaded, and every time you walk in, it's like, but every day I walk in, I'm like, oh look, it's getting smaller. This is
Yeah.
great, and it's old, and I'm only doing 5 minutes.
Yeah, I like grabbed 5 minutes today already.
Yeah,
I set a timer for a task that I gave myself 10 minutes on and powered through it in just five. And I was like, oh, look, I have 5 minutes that I can now
yeah.
declutter.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're sitting there waiting on the next thing, maybe a call or something, instead of just sitting there, it's like, "Oh, yeah, I could declutter for 5 more minutes," which is
Yeah,
the fun part because you could do this once a day, not at all, 10 times a day. I mean, it's set up to make it your own.
absolutely. It's been a lot of micro actions that have given an additional energy to the day.
Mhm.
And it also is building some great habits for staying focused and organized.
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, the focus one, I know you're a big fan of day one.
I I am. I mean, So if you don't know what it is write your goal for the month every day. And it is, if you want a game changing habit, start your day by writing out your goal. I mean, it gets it in the forefront of your mind. You're telling your brain exactly what you want to focus on today, and it becomes priority to get it done. All the other distractions and interruptions and pings and everything that we get bombarded with throughout the day, your brain remembers, but wait, you wrote that goal down today. So let's get that done. So it's just, yeah, it's my favorite, by far my favorite, along
Yeah,
with
I mean, I'm finding also that when new opportunities,
mm-hmm.
so a networking event or a webinar or, you name it,
Mm-hmm.
all those distractions,
Yeah.
right? By writing the goal down at the beginning of the day, it is in the forefront of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm starting to filter things on adding that to my list
Mm-hmm.
of commitments. How does that impact or help my goal or not? And so I think it helps you make better choices long term
Mm-hmm.
also.
Yeah. That shiny object syndrome. We got a solution for it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you start to recognize like, "Oh, I could do that, but
Mhm,
that's gonna take away my focus from this goal that I have."
mhm,
And, um, and by writing it down every day, it's not something that, you know, you the classic New Year's resolution thing. You're
yeah,
excited about it, you're motivated.
mm,
This is gonna be the year, and, what,
mhm,
2 weeks in on Quitters Friday?
yeah. There's there's a national holiday. Can you believe we celebrate quitting?
Because it's so common,
It
and
is.
it
Yeah,
is because we don't we don't have habits in place to get us through when we run out of the excitement, the motivation. I mean, everyone's talking about goals at the beginning of the year,
yeah.
and
We're just
uh
doing it a little bit sooner because, I mean, think about it. How long do you prepare for Christmas? I mean, how long do you put you make a plan, you decide who's coming, where y'all are going, gifts you're going to buy,
food you're gonna make.
decoration. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of planning that goes into what, a day. And I think I read something that said, on average, we plan our New Year's resolution like 30 minutes. Takes us maybe 30 minutes. And it's usually while that ball is dropping, you've had way too many spirits, and all of a sudden you are going to finally do that thing. And you are determined. But so one of the things that we've been doing in our community is we've been focused on these habits while also starting to think about 2025. So yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and that is the habits are goal agnostic. It
yeah.
doesn't matter what your goal is.
Mm,
You could
mm,
be training for a marathon,
mhm,
you could be completely reorganizing your house,
mhm.
or, building the business of your dreams.
Right.
And these habits apply to all of it.
Yeah.
And that is the idea, that there are things that are small and that we can do consistently, and small things build momentum
Oh yeah.
that gets us to that place of that's going to be our ultimate success.
Yeah. So I have to share my December goal. I just feel the need to share it,
Okay, I'm very curious, tell me.
which is, how do I set myself up for success for 2025? Because I've got a lot of little loose ends that I need to tidy up.
Mm,
And by writing down the big goal, and doing the 2-minute jump start, because these are things that I've been avoiding because it's like, I'll do that
Oh,
later. I'll do that later. I'll do that.
yeah.
It's like 2 minutes. Let me start on it for 2 minutes. And of course, I set a timer for 2 minutes and I'm like, okay, 48 more minutes because I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. And then the other thing that I'm doing is, because we make such a beautiful plan that we can't always get to everything, I am starting to develop the habit of planning tomorrow today. So that's when I take the time to say what I'm grateful for, because a lot of amazing things happen. So I'm not focused on the things I don't get done, right?
Yes. Yes. Redirecting that brain
Yeah.
on all of the positive, wonderful things that happened in today
Yeah.
and
Yes.
the
And just
possibility of tomorrow.
right. And so this has really helped me remember, what you're doing right now is to set yourself up for January for success. And it's like, oh yeah. So I mean, I'm loving it. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Absolutely. I am also a fan. And we were just talking about we're so excited about all these habits and how can we bring them into the new year and this is by by sampling. It's like the little box of chocolates almost that you're like, "Ooh, let me try this one." You're like, "Oh, I've never had that one. It's really tasty."
Yeah.
Or whatever season in life you're in,
Mhm.
maybe you really do need to get through a bunch of loose ends of things that you've been avoiding, and that 2-minute jump start is exactly what you need
Yeah.
right now. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, yeah, I can do this. And my favorite tip on that one is to pick a song that energizes you to
Mhm.
be your timer
Yeah.
and get you started, and then see if you're going to continue on.
Yeah. Actually, I forgot about that. So next time I start mine, I'm going to tell Alexa to play me my favorite song, which most of them are even more than 2 minutes. So before you know it, you're going to
Right.
be right in the task and you're going to be all happy about it.
Well, and she'll just tee up that song and then just keep right on going.
That's right. That's right. Or if you want to stop, stop, because that's the point of the jump start.
Right.
Let me get into it, and then if I don't want to keep going, which rarely happens, rarely. I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever said, "Okay, 2 minutes, that's it. I'm not continuing."
Yeah, because I mean, that is the best thing about all of these habits is
Mhm.
they're really short in time. They're
Very
not a big
short.
commitment. You're not telling yourself, "Oh, I've got to spend the next 3 hours on XYZ." You're just committing to something super small
Mhm.
and doable. And so you get that dopamine hit,
Mm.
and more than likely, it will propel you forward to doing more of that thing
Mhm.
or into the next thing that
Mhm.
you have teed up for your day. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's a huge productivity boost
Mhm.
and really flexible in like its application of what it can be useful for.
Right. And you know what else I've noticed? I don't know about you, but come about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I kind of hit a slump. But I haven't noticed that as much since I've been doing these habits. And I don't know, well, I'm going to just say it's because of these habits. I've been able to get through that slump without going, oh, a couple more hours left of the day. I could do this. I
Yeah,
just haven't noticed it as much since we started doing this.
that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I would say the thing I've noticed is I'm even, you know, more focused on the highest impact
Mhm.
actions and getting that done and making sure that has a place in my day.
Mhm.
And also then, okay, of all the other things that need to get done because we're not denying the fact that the lists can be quite long.
Especially this
Uh,
time of year. Yeah.
I'm able to assess like and prioritize like, okay, now that I have this this very my most important thing done, the time I have left in my day, what am I going to feel the best about
Mhm.
having completed at the end of the day and not on the list tomorrow? And so prioritizing that, um, and just giving myself that action plan throughout
Mhm.
the day with little bits of breaks. I mean,
Yeah.
because that's really those little habits can be like the little break you need.
Mhm.
The 5-minute declutter, the four gratitude moments.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Some of the other ones that are coming up this week,
Yeah.
the set. Um, let me see. Oh, my favorite, deleting emails.
That's today's, and I if we could figure out how to move that further up, but still delete more emails. Yeah, I mean, that whew, that one's
And
a good
bonus
one.
if you unsubscribe to the email list
Yeah,
or like you know, the s the ones you don't even sign up for, the spam, the junk, the phishing stuff, like taking the couple extra seconds not just to delete it, but also block the sender so
right.
you stop getting that one. I
Yeah.
know it does feel like you're sometimes, trying to shovel snow while it's snowing, but you gotta do something, I feel like.
Right, right. No, it's been a success. So, let's tell our audience, if you're not part of our community, that's where we're doing this, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, if you're on LinkedIn with us, search up the Keeping It Real community and request to join, and we'll be happy to bring you into the fold. Facebook, we are also there. Facebook group, Keeping It Real,
And I'll put
and
the links in the invite just so y'all have it too, or you can search for us either way.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, so we'd love to have you in there. You're not too late. You're never too late. All
No.
the info is there. You can pick up the 12 powerful habits and just start where you're at and start your own 12 days.
So how much does this cost? I mean, this has got to be a fortune, right? Because we're just giving all this gold away.
Yes, no, no. It isn't. We love giving things of value for free,
Yeah,
complimentary, costs you nothing,
yeah,
just your time and your attention.
yeah.
And what better thing to put your attention on is building amazing habits that help you achieve the thing that you most want to achieve in life.
Yeah, and the other thing that we offer in our community is one of the things that we are doing along with these 12 days of powerful habits is we've got 12 co-working sessions that we've scheduled for our mastery circle. But our community gets in on those periodically as well
Yeah,
because we want you guys to experience how amazing these co-working sessions are because we didn't even know how powerful they were when we started the mastery circle because we only had one a week scheduled to begin
right.
with, and
Yeah.
we were like, wait, we need to do this more often. I am getting a lot done. And so the members of our mastery circle get 4 of those a week in addition to our weekly call, but we're extending that invitation at least once a month, if not more,
Mhm.
to our community, which again, completely free. It's just to come see what it's all about.
And don't be intimidated by it. I know joining a new group of people, a little bit intimidating, but we are a we're delightful.
We say so ourselves.
If I do say so myself. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's it's a great environment, and there's not a lot of chit chat. So if you're an
Mm,
introvert like me or a little hesitant about joining a new group, come check it out. We get on, we all state what we're going to work on for the next 50 minutes. We set the timer, everybody goes, turns off their video and audio, and we all work on our thing until the timer goes off, and then we pop back on and say what we did. And so it sounds so simple in that it would not have the impact
yeah,
that
we have
you know
no.
that you think, but it does. It
Yeah.
is amazing how, I mean, it's like a 2-minute jump start.
Mm,
So like I've said it, I've heard you say it, I've heard other people who've come to the sessions. Like I picked the thing that I've been avoiding, and I suddenly now have just spent 15 minutes on that thing. And a lot of times that's enough time to check it off your list entirely.
yeah. And the how fast it goes,
Oh,
that is the part that is just, it's like, wait, we just set that timer. What does that sound like hearing? So yeah, I mean, it's like I said, we had no idea the impact of these power hours until we started this, and we shifted real quick and said, we're going to do 4 of these a week.
yeah. I mean, give me more of that is
Yeah.
exactly what we were all saying is because it is, we want, this isn't about, I mean, this is one thing that we want to make sure everyone is aware. This isn't about teaching you something that's going to be the 3 steps you take to success. It's about taking action on the things you need to do that are going to take you to your goals because you know best
Mhm.
what
Yeah.
needs to be done.
Yeah. We just give you a framework and some tools, and some of the tools work for some people, some of the tools don't work for others. And it's like, okay, you
Pick
know,
and choose.
you choose. That's why we have multiple tools. And, there's one tool that I absolutely love, and you use it periodically, but you've got another tool that you use. And we're sharing, and we're, trying to get 2025 set up with enough planning, so we're not doing it with spirits as the ball drops.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So join us. We'd love you to
Yes,
hop
we'd love
in
to have
and
you.
join us on the 12 Days of Powerful Habits. And yeah, we're going to just have more of that coming into the new year.
Yeah. Well, it's always fun, Jenny.
Always. I love hanging out with you, Jen.
I know. I know. Me too. Too bad we live so far apart, but we always have Zoom.
Exactly.
All
Exactly.
right. All
All
right,
right.
everyone. See you
See you
next
later.
week.